more and more now, when people are spending more time at home, they've got to have a special place to be. They've got to feel it's their place, that they've shut the front door and they're in their cocoon. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm the founder of F&P Interiors. We are an online shop stroke interior design service that has been going for 25 years. Started in a shed in my garden, and now we have a lovely big offices and a large showroom in the foot of the Downs in Henfield in West Sussex. I think really the inspiration was because I wanted to have a shop, but I had 3 young children, and that to be having a shop would just be really tied. So actually I think it would be much better, my husband suggested, to be online. It's evolved a long way since then. We've gone from just selling the fabric and the wallpaper to selling furniture, making curtains, blinds, and a full interior design service literally from start to finish.
When I first started working with F&P, I had some probably quite great ideas, bringing in, the Oriental and the traditional and the English sort of feeling. But F&P were definitely able to kind of put it all together for me and sift those ideas in a very practical way. But I still feel my ideas were listened to after we'd had the space transformed. It was so much more homely. It made the space feel more traditional. You can end up buying a lovely piece of furniture and it just sits there and you just think, that doesn't really work. Then maybe you buy a lamp and then it doesn't really work. Someone like F&P, they're just able to bring it in together and say, actually, that does work, but maybe not there, and maybe that will work better with that. And I think that's where their amazing professionalism comes in.
I think having a home to be proud of is important because you're hopefully going to spend years and years of your life living there, so why wouldn't you want the space around you to feel inspiring? Our approach really is to kind of work with people on a personal level. One of the first things I actually like to ask someone is, how are you looking for the home to feel? Do you have family? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Are there any sort of antique pieces or family heirlooms or an old piece of fabric on a curtain that you would really like to work into a scheme or a project? So we're very flexible. It's really a lot about understanding what it is they're looking to achieve and how we can steer them in the right direction and hopefully inspire them and encourage them. We get a lot of clients contacting us from abroad. Sometimes that can be challenging. Obviously, the power of technology means we can have a Zoom, a video call. We can send them all their samples for them to actually see and touch and, approve. Just a case of being really, really thorough, I think. There's an awful lot of details to make sure that we're going to get right, particularly when we can't necessarily go to site.
Vital. It's absolutely vital that our customers realise that everything is handmade. These are real craftsmen that are making our furniture or repairing furniture, making our curtains and everything else. It's a dying art. It's very difficult to find people to do a lot of this work now. So to me, I couldn't do it any other way. I really love a round table. I don't think there's anything better, and I can actually get about 12 people on this table. It was lent to me when we first moved here because we didn't have a dining table, and I've still got it, so don't tell them. But I had this lovely cloth made. It's actually a Colfax and Fowler fabric, which I had from when I worked at Colfax, so it's 40 years old, and I had it made into this beautiful cloth. And obviously I love glass. I've got lots of glass everywhere. So my bedroom, this wallpaper is Lewis and Wood, really, really pretty. As you can see beside my bed, I always have something to do with interiors. I've got paint cards and little notepads just to, if I think of something in the middle of the night I know a client might need. So this unit was made recently for me by a lovely local carpenter. This is a Tuscan red by Little Green. It's a really warm, russety colour. Just finishes off this room. It really makes it cosier, actually, funnily enough, but also much more usable from my point of view.
When you get to an end of a project and you can kind of sit back with the client and they know you've done a good job and they love it, it's just honestly the best feeling, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, and that's what makes these projects so special for us.
I wouldn't have felt quite so positive about an interior design company 10 years ago, but now I've met the right one. I know that they can create that space, and I feel really good in it, and the family feels really good in it, which is the most important.
I suppose because I come from an interior design background, I kind of really wanted to help people. So it's been an amazing journey over 25 years, and it's had lots of highs and lows. I'm just incredibly proud that we've got to where we are today.